Hello, Agent. Welcome to Carpa's Time Snap Project. I'm Director Wells. Go ahead and look around. You'll soon be on your way to 1770 Boston, where your mission begins. You'll be investigating a shooting that was called the Boston Massacre. Now, let's turn your heads-up display on. Aim your time snap device at me. I'm in the control tower right in front of you. We're synced. Hi. On your right is your view of mission goals and field notes. These will update automatically. Don't worry, I won't block your view. I'm here on your left the rest of the way. There's something else you should take a look. Key parts have been destroyed, but there is still useful information. Carpa detects 5 areas of interest. Move your time snap over the document to find them. Click on each. Carpa has analyzed the text. A little more readable now. Butcher's Hall. What does that mean? Was there really a meat seller there? That must be Captain Preston. He was the officer in charge of the British soldiers. This must be where the crowd is standing. Hopefully you can find the whole document and discover other people and events connected to the massacre. It says engraved, printed, and sold by Paul Revere. Your goals have been updated. Close the document when you're ready. Your first mission goal is to find a complete copy of Paul Revere's Bloody Massacre print. You're a go, Agent. Chrono portal to 1770 opening in 3, 2, 1. I'll be transmitting voice and text. In colonial Boston, people, well, mostly men, came to taverns to debate the latest news. Carpa thinks there is a good chance of finding the entire Revere print here. Did I mention people are frozen in time? You can't interact with anyone, but you can mind meld to hear their thoughts.
I heard there was a scuffle with the soldiers in King Street, so I brought my sword. The soldier pushed his bayonet at me. I should have cut off his head. I saw a great many sticks and pieces of sticks and ice thrown at the soldiers. The soldier who was knocked down took up his gun and fired directly. The captain after seemed shocked and looked upon the soldiers. I am very certain he did not give the word fire.
Wait a sec. I'm starting to get a lock on Captain Preston's whereabouts. One more reference to him should open a new portal.
Anyone who claims to know the whole truth about that night is either a liar or a fool. I was in the crowd, and I am still not certain what happened.
Great find, Agent. An undamaged print. Carpa has linked new details of interest. What do you think the dog symbolizes? I wonder why Revere put it by the crowd. Look at the crowd. How would you describe them? Any weapons? Are they threatening the soldiers? Take another look at Captain Preston. This print makes it seem like he ordered his men to fire. I wonder what caused him to take such a drastic action. Now that you see the whole print, why do you think Revere labeled the customs house Butcher's Hall? You've done it! Your next goal is to find out Captain Preston's side of the story. That's Captain Preston. He was arrested right after the massacre and is being held in Boston jail until his trial.
They say trial for murder. I could hang. I must prove my innocence.
This could be important, but that handwriting is hard to decipher. Better analyze it.
It is a matter of too great notoriety to need any proofs that the arrival of His Majesty's troops in Boston was extremely obnoxious to its inhabitants. Several disputes have happened between the townspeople and the soldiers. On the second instant, 2 of the 29th, going through one Gray's rope walk, the rope makers insultingly asked them if they would empty a vault. This unfortunately had the desired effect by provoking the soldiers, and from words, they went to blows. Both parties suffered in this array, and finally, the soldiers retired to their quarters.
Much better. Carpa has identified areas of interest. Boston had several rope walks. They were long, narrow buildings where rope was made. One of them was owned by a Mr. John Gray. Quarters are temporary barracks. They were all over Boston, and colonists were the ones who paid the cost for the soldiers' food and lodging. Another reason people didn't like them. Data shows that 2 regiments arrived in 1768. Sounds like Captain Preston knew that people in Boston weren't happy to see him or his soldiers. It's coming up as an insult. We believe it roughly translates to, go clean out a toilet. Analysis indicates a shouting match that turned into a nasty fight. Apparently, soldiers' pay was so low that they asked around for extra work. The rope makers didn't like that. Here's a possible rendering of what happened. This is more complicated than I thought. I'm opening a portal to Paul Revere's workshop. Your final goal is to learn more about him and his business. This is Revere's workshop. He engraved the Bloody Massacre print. It's a match with the Sons of Liberty Bowl. Carpa says the secret group hired Revere. Great find, Agent. It's the original copper engraving. Revere will bring this to a printer to make copies. He may hire another artist to hand color each print. Carpa confirms the British soldiers arrived in 1768, 2 years before the massacre. But this print is from 1770. Revere probably thinks that people in Boston will have new interest in the troops landing. Carpa says 1,000 British troops arrived that day. Much clearer. Interesting use of an exclamation point. Boston was a small town back then, around 15,000 people. I wonder how they felt seeing all those soldiers. Take a close look. How many ships of war do you see? That's what I'd call a show of force. Check that out. A Native American is stepping on a soldier. Native Americans were sometimes used to symbolize the colonies. Whoa! Your analysis triggered a portal to the wharf in 1768.
Ships of war in our harbor. Cannon loaded as for siege.
The 29th Regiment landing and marching in an insolent parade. Yes, I shall share this engraving with the people and my fellow sons. They will appreciate this reminder of how a standing army came to be in our midst.
I can't establish links with the Carper database, and this portal is unstable. You have 10 seconds before your return to 1770. Mission complete. Opening portal back to the present. Before you return, you have enough power to bring back 3 objects for our upcoming exhibit on the American Revolution. What do you think will help visitors understand the Boston Massacre? No denying Revere's skills as a silversmith, and it captures the spirit of the Revolution. This will be a unique artifact for our collection. Now we just need to get hold of a colonial printing press. Excellent choice. Revere seems to think there was a connection between the massacre and the troops landing. Welcome back, Agent. Mission complete. You may remove your headset.